What is going on, folks? It is Sunday morning. It is 6:32. I'm headed out to get my run started early. It is starting to get a little bit light, so I need to get in 12 miles. It is a progressive run. I'll talk a little bit more about it when I get there. But to be honest, I wasn't gonna film today. I was going to just take the day. It's like, you know what, focus on the workout. Let's get through this. It's gonna be mentally tough. And I thought, you know what? This is when I should be recording because these are the hard days, the early mornings. I shoveled a ton of dirt yesterday and I'm not completely done yet. Hopefully I will get to the rest of it maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, but it's a big day today. I've got to be done early because we have to be about a half hour from here by 9:45. So I want to get this done, be able to get home, shower, eat, then head out to a soccer game. Then we'll get home and I'll have about a 2-hour window before I have to head down south Orange County because my daughter has a volleyball tournament and we will probably be there till 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock tonight. So not much beyond getting this 12 miles done in kids sports today. Well, it is a beautiful sunrise, which is going to make this so much nicer, but I've got 12 miles to do. First 2 miles are an easy warm-up pace, 8:45. Then from mile 3 to mile 10, it is progressive starting at 7:55, every mile dropping 10 seconds. So the last mile, which would be mile 10, will be at a 6:45 pace. Whew. And then 2 mile warm down between 7:45 and 8:15. So let's get this going. Parking lot is full, people are waiting, so I'm giving up my spot really fast. I will do a little stretching and we'll talk in about 5 minutes when I get home. Well, I don't have a lot of time. It's 8:42 and we have to leave here by 9:15. Oh. So I need to take a quick shower, get a bite to eat, try to do a little stretching in between, load the car with all of our chairs and get on the road. Good morning. Good morning. We're leaving in a half hour. How come you don't have a soccer uniform on? All right, time to get dressed. Do you know what color you're wearing?
No, I don't know. It's amazing.
Black kit, but bring your red kit.
Okay.
All right, well, we are at the soccer game. It was kind of rushed, but thought I would talk a little bit about the run. Today, I will say there was a lot of resistance in the mind, really fighting back, not wanting to believe I could get that run done. But ultimately, I did it. I was successful. I started at a 7:55 and worked my way down. Each mile got a little lower. It was supposed to be 7:55, 7:45, 7:35, all the way down. My 7:55, I did a 7:49, then a 7:40, 7:32, 7:18, 7:11, which should have been a 7:15, a little hot, 7:02 for the 7:05, 6:55 on the dot, and 6:45 on the dot. So ultimately, I was successful in, don't drink my coffee. Ultimately, I was successful in achieving the workout. It was really just a battle of the mind to put my mind to the task. Every mile I would run and hit the pace. I couldn't imagine upping the speed 10 more seconds per mile, but each mile I was able to push through and speed up 10 more seconds. So you just got to put your mind to it and push through, redirect the energy away from the doubt and focus on the task at hand.
You're the wind in my sails, you're the pull of the sea, you're the wish in the well, you're my faithful belief. If the whole wide world was offered to me, still you'd be all.
Well, we have made it home from round one. Soccer game, lunch, now getting the car packed up, gathering everything up for the volleyball tournament, and Emmeline and I are headed down south for her to play in a tournament. They've got 3 games, so first one is at 2, then 3, then 4, so hopefully we're home by 5:30, 6 o'clock tonight. My Shimano gravel shoes and pedals did show up. I got the XTR pedal, and I got the RX6 shoe. The reason I went with a different shoe than my road shoe is I'm learning in a road shoe, the clip sticks out far on the bottom. So if you walk around, you're walking on the clip. Well, on these have more of a tread built in so that the clip is somewhat recessed in. So if I need to get off and walk, which I did just last time I rode, there was water going through and a bunch of rocks, and I didn't really want to just hop in there on the bike and try and get through it because, one, I didn't have a tube with me just in case I got a flat because I hadn't bought tubes yet. I also got 2 new tubes, and these types of pedals are supposed to do better with dirt, not get gunked up as much, which my Look pedals did get all full of mud when I had to go through the little riverbed. And they clip on very similar. It's just a hook. It hooks in there. I don't want to kit it in there because then I might not be able to get it out. I'm hoping tomorrow after I swim, I'll come straight home, hop on the gravel bike, go out for a quick hour ride before.
You're the first of the year, a warm kiss in the cold. You're the whisper in my ear when I need it the most. If I was cast on an island and could only bring one thing, still you'd be all I need. All I need.
All done. It is Monday morning, and I just finished up a gravel ride, which was actually my second workout of the day. Started out with a 4,000-yard swim this morning with Masters. Left Masters, came straight to here, the Fullerton Loop, which is a local kind of dirt trail, great for running, hiking, mountain biking, and gravel biking. So came out, I haven't probably been on this trail on a bike in almost 2 decades. I used to run it a lot when I was doing a lot of ultra training, or Saturdays I'd come out here with the snails and run the trails. But since really getting back into doing 70.3s, I haven't spent a lot of time on this trail section here.
Joyride, a hit and run. I thought I loved you and you thought I was fun. I'm moving on down the road. Watch me as I go, watch me as I go. Should I look both ways before you cross me, baby? 'Cause I don't break for boys. I'm moving on.
A lot of fun, 1 hour on the bike, exactly almost to the minute, and 1 hour swim. So 2 hours done so far today. But now I got to get home, get cleaned up, grab a bite to eat, and get to work. Well, it is now 5:15 p.m. It is a beautiful day today. It's been amazing. Unfortunately, I've been in my house, in my office, working all day, but there's still what appears to be quite a bit of sunlight left. So I'm headed over to Home Depot to pick up some wood so that I can knock out 2 more planter boxes for Christina. We've got a few more tomatoes, actually, I think 7. So I'm going to do 2 8-foot planter boxes. They're going to be 2 foot wide, and we'll put a pot in the middle where they meet. They're going to be kind of at an angle. So I'm going to go pick up all of that stuff, come home, and see if I can rip those out tonight before it gets dark. It is an awesome evening, actually. No kids sports volleyball. We had a volleyball tournament yesterday, so there is no volleyball practice tonight. And I think it's the only free night this week. So I need to get this done because those tomatoes need to be planted. I still have a bunch of dirt in my truck to be unloaded. I've been driving around the last couple of days with this truck full of dirt. So hopefully I can get those built, put together, and get the dirt back there tonight. Well, I am out of dirt again, and it is thunder and lightning, and it'll pour for a minute and then it'll stop, and I can't tell what it's gonna do. There's no rain in the forecast, but keep getting these crazy little thunderstorms. But I'm out of dirt again. Unfortunately, it's taking way more dirt than I thought. I have one of the two new beds that I built, 2/3 of the way full, and then one is empty. So got to decide if I should get, which I will probably just get a whole nother yard, because I have some areas here which have started to sink. Those need to be filled in. Make it level. I could add some dirt other places. So I guess I will be headed back to get another yard of dirt later this week. Well, I am done working in the garden for the evening. Sun is just about down. It is setting. Now I am going to load up my bike in my truck. So I'm going to take it down tomorrow at lunchtime and get it serviced. And at the same time, I'm giving away my old tri-bike. I'm giving away my Trek to a young kid. His dad wants to get his son a triathlon bike. So I'm going to give him my old tri-bike. And I'm glad to just see it go to someone that will use it.
Frank Bailey. Let's go. Yeah, make it look easy. Hey, stand up guy on 10 toes. Big body pull up in a Range Rover. I can change the whole game when I say so. I pull up, shut it down, yeah, they know. Running this game ain't a thing for me. I never switched up, no change in me. The only thing changing this season, you go against me, then you know that you tweaking, okay? Cause baby, I'm him, I be on 10. Two-stepping in the party, I do not dance. Watch how I move, make it look easy. Counting up wins, that's part of the plan. Blackmail, taking up my haters a CC. That can't fail, I'ma get the reason with repeat. I'm knee deep, need a dub, best that you seek me. I'm too sick, yeah, I know.
Good morning. It is Tuesday morning, and it is now 6:30 in the morning, and I just finished a 6-mile run, 8:27 pace, started around 9.5 just to warm the legs up, back still a little bit sore from all the dirt moving. Then I started ramping it up pretty quickly after about 5 minutes, up into the 8s, made my way all the way up to 8:15, and finished with 8:27. But the best part about this whole thing, my average heart rate was 132. 132. I don't know that I've ever run in the low mid 8s at a heart rate that low. So I want to talk more about running faster, how I have gone from running 10-minute miles to running sub 7-minute miles in a half marathon, and just in general, running faster. Right now, I don't feel like I am quite back to the speed that I was a year before I got injured. As far as my ability to run 1 mile, I ran a 1 mile at 5:16 a couple of years ago, and I was running really well. I was running really fast. I don't know that my endurance was as good as it is now, or my long distance, my heart rate being lower, but my turnover, the snap of my hips, my legs, all of that felt faster then. I feel like I'm still trying to get there, but my endurance, my base, I really feel like it's coming back and that I'm running at a much lower heart rate, much faster. So I'm gonna grab the gravel bike, I'm gonna go out and do a quick ride, and then when I get back, we'll talk about running faster. Right here, this is one of the main reasons I bought this gravel bike. I wanted to be able to ride in the mornings, but I didn't want to ride a lot on the road with work traffic. So from my house, I can drop down the hill, only be on 2 small streets. This is one of them. And then I hit the trail that I normally run on called the Tracks, which takes me to Chino Hills State Park.
Love was holding all the cards and always kept me in the dark.
Well, officially went down for the first time on the bike. I hit a muddy patch as I came around the corner going too fast. Bike went out from under me. A little bit of blood. But I'm all right, landed on my shoulder. I think I'm okay. Just bounced off the ground. Bike is good. It did rain yesterday. You saw when I was working in the backyard, so there is some wet dirt, making it a little slippery. These tires are not quite knobby enough.
I never thought I could shake this heart.
Well, it is lunchtime. I'm about to run out and drop my bike off to get it serviced so that it starts shifting a little better. I've got Oceanside just a few weeks away. But before I do that, I want to talk about running faster. How have I gone from running 10 or 10 plus minute pace to most recently running sub 7 minute, 6:49 pace and a half marathon? How have I gotten faster in my 70.3 half marathon time, and just running faster in general, and how I feel I have been able to improve as a runner and increase my speed. Number one, which is always number one in most of the tips I give, is consistency. Consistency is so vital to running, to triathlon training, to whatever you want to improve in. If you are not consistently running, then you are not going to see the improvements you want to see. Running 3 to 4 days a week is great. I am running 5 days a week right now. I've got 1 track session, I've got 1 long run, I've got 1 day off the bike, and I have 2 easy runs. I feel like volume has been a real key for me, but it has to be volume at the right intensities with enough recovery so that you're able to perform the next day. Number 2 is run your easy runs easy. You hear it all the time, but people run their easy days way too hard. You need to be running at that conversational pace, that zone 2, that pace that you can maintain and talk, and you're not just pounding out the miles at a much higher heart rate than you should be. Those easy days are going to build your aerobic base. They're going to teach your body to utilize oxygen more efficiently. They're going to allow you to run longer and allow you to run the hard, faster days faster. Number 3 is incorporating intervals or track sessions, running at those kind of sprint or high speed paces for an amount of time, and then getting a recovery in between, doing 400s, 800s, 1Ks, 1200s, 1 miles. That intensity is going to help you increase your cardiovascular fitness and build speed. But you don't want to start too big, go out to the track and do some massive session running way faster than you should. You want to start with smaller sessions, small, say 400s, and at a reasonable pace. Figure out what your pacing should be. What is your 10K pace? What is your 5K pace? Figure out what those are. There's online calculators, and start to build up speed work gradually. Strength training has been key for me, especially since coming back from surgery. I went through PT, and recently I've started working with Dr. Amy from Ascension Pelvic Health and Fitness. She's helping me strengthen my pelvic floor, my hip flexors, my adductors, my calves, my overall hip mobility. Strength training is key, and I'm not just talking about squats and lunges. I'm talking about all the small stability muscles that are going to help you run faster. So doing things to strengthen the ankles, the legs, the hips. That has been really key to me building my turnover, my cadence, which I am still continuing to try to increase my cadence. Strength training is a huge part of that. Number 5 is running form, and I don't like to talk about running form a lot because I'm not an expert, but I have spent a lot of time trying to improve my running form. When I started back in triathlon 15, 16, 17 years ago, I was an overstrider. I was a heel striker, and I was always dealing with injuries. I had shin splints, I had Achilles tears, just injury after injury. So I started to focus on learning how to midfoot strike. I started with pose running. There are lots of opinions as to pose and other types of running, but essentially mid-foot striking, not coming down with that heel too far in front of you, really landing on top of your foot. And that has made a huge, huge improvement for me in being able to run faster, run longer, run without getting as many injuries. So I'm not the person to teach you about running form, but I would seek out a running coach or someone that can teach you how to improve your running form. Number 7, which I almost didn't mention, but it's part of my journey, has been weight loss. When I started in triathlon 2 decades ago, I was out of college working tons of hours. I weighed 220, 225 pounds. I was completely out of shape. And over this journey of the last 2 decades, I have lost weight and gained weight and lost weight, but overall, I am much lighter now on that slope of where I started. And I believe that that weight loss has been key in me getting faster and faster and faster. Having that reduced body fat, less weight, is so much easier on my joints, my ankles, my knees. That body fat also reduces your body's ability to use oxygen efficiently. Also, as I have reduced my body fat, I have increased my power to weight ratio, which has allowed me to generate speed much easier. And now, while I don't believe weight loss is everything to running faster, I do believe it's been a big piece to me being able to run faster, recover quicker, reduce the stress on my body, and just feel overall better. Number 8 is embracing discomfort. It's mental strength, it's resilience, it's putting yourself in those uncomfortable positions. It's running to the point that it hurts because it's burning. It's doing those hard workouts. It's not letting yourself quit early or mentally tell yourself you can't do it, so then you slow down. It's about getting mentally tough and learning to embrace that pain. It's only for a short period of time, but becoming mentally strong, mentally resilient is a huge, huge piece that I have been able to improve, which I feel like in those late stages of progressive runs, in the late stages of races where I am hurting and I want to quit, my mind is telling me to slow down, just take a break, walk through this aid station, whatever it is, that ability to shift that mindset, to focus on the task at hand, what I am doing to push through that pain has been critical to me being able to improve my speed. And last but not least is you've got to love this journey. You've got to learn to love running. Jeff Cunningham, a running coach, he recently talked about being 2 types of people. There are people who are in love with success. And then there are people who are in love with the journey and the steps that it takes to be successful. And that is who you need to become. You need to learn to love this journey. We get to run, we get to try and get faster, we get to do these races. This is an amazing thing that I am extremely grateful that I get to do, and I am in love with this journey. I'm not just in love with the idea of running faster, with the idea of finishing and getting a PR. I have learned to love the journey, love the hard workouts, the sweaty miles, learn to love it and embrace it and enjoy it. The true essence of learning to run faster is embracing and loving that daily consistency. It goes all the way back to number 1. Loving the consistency. Commit to pushing your boundaries find the resilience to overcome the obstacles, the injuries when you get sick, all of those things. It's all part of this journey. It's all part of this amazing thing that we get to do. And I believe a huge portion of it comes down to your mindset and just embracing and learning to love the journey. Say this with me. I love running. I am a runner, and I will run faster. That is it for this episode. I will see you guys in a few days. Well, I am taking a quick lunch break and running my bike over to Raul to get it serviced. He's going to rewrap the bars, check on the shifting, as well as drop the front bars a little bit. The bars have a big spacer underneath them, so we're going to test out dropping that down, putting the spacer on top for now. We're not going to cut the fork yet. I'm going to test that out and see how that feels. Yo, yo. Oh, yeah? Here's Austin's rims. This man.
What's up?
How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good. You are in Orange County. This is the man who should be working on your bike.
Yes, I should be.